For nearly 100 years, we've lived in an era of convenience. We walk into a grocery store and see shelves overflowing with plastic-wrapped produce, imported from thousands of miles away. We've become disconnected from the soil, from the seasons, and from the basic reality of how life is sustained. But there was a time, not so long ago, when that convenience vanished. During the Great Depression, when the banks collapsed and the dust bowls swallowed the horizon, the difference between life and death wasn't found in a wallet, it was found in the dirt. Our ancestors survived because they knew which seeds to save and which crops could withstand the harshest winters and the longest droughts. Today, we are looking back at 20 survival crops that saved families when the world fell apart. Crops so resilient, so calorie-dense, and so reliable that they became the backbone of human survival and the secret to our continued existence. Number 20. The Jerusalem artichoke. It's not an artichoke, and it doesn't come from Jerusalem. It's a native sunflower that produces edible tubers underground. During the Depression, families turned to these because they are virtually indestructible. You can leave them in the frozen ground all winter and dig them up whenever you're hungry. They require zero fertilizer and spread like wildfire. Number 19. Hubbard squash. These aren't the decorative gourds you see today. These are massive, thick-skinned giants that can weigh 30 pounds. Their skin is so tough it acts like natural armor, allowing the squash to stay fresh in a cellar for up to 6 months without any refrigeration. One vine could provide enough vitamin A and carbohydrates to keep a child healthy through an entire winter. Number 18. Sorghum. When sugar became a luxury no one could afford, sorghum was the savior. It looks like corn but is much more drought-resistant. Families would press the stalks to make a thick, dark syrup. It provided the quick energy and minerals needed for manual labor when the pantry was bare. Number 17. Turnips. The ultimate double-threat crop. You get the peppery greens for vitamins and the hardy roots for bulk. They grow in the cold when other plants wither, and in the 1930s, they were often the only thing left on the dinner table. Number 16. Navy beans. There is a reason these are called Senate bean soup staples. They are packed with protein and can be dried and stored for years. During the Depression, a bag of dried navy beans was more valuable than a stack of devalued currency. They are the ultimate shelf-stable survival food. Number 15. Cabbage. Before the age of freezing and canning, there was sauerkraut. Cabbage was the king of the cellar. It's easy to grow, and when fermented, it provided the vitamin C that kept scurvy away during the long months when fresh fruit was non-existent. Number 14. Okra. In the heat of the South, when the sun scorched the earth and other vegetables shriveled, okra thrived. It's incredibly heat-tolerant, and the seeds can even be roasted and ground as a substitute for coffee, a trick many desperate families used when the supply lines broke. Number 13. Buckwheat. This isn't actually a grain, but a fast-growing seed that matures in just 60 days. It thrives in poor soil where nothing else will grow. Depression-era farmers used it to smother weeds and provide a quick harvest of flour for pancakes and porridge. Number 12. Rutabagas. Often overlooked today, the rutabaga is a cross between a cabbage and a turnip. It's denser and higher in sugar than a turnip, making it a powerful source of winter calories. It can sit in a root cellar for half a year and still be as nutritious as the day it was pulled. Number 11. Swiss chard. While most greens bolt and die in the summer heat, Swiss chard keeps producing. It provided the essential minerals that kept people's blood strong when meat was a rare luxury. You can cut the leaves, and they grow back in days. A literal cut-and-come-again lifeline. Number 10. Black-eyed peas. These aren't just for New Year's luck, they were a survival necessity. They fix nitrogen in the soil, meaning they actually make your garden better for next year while providing a massive amount of protein and fiber. They can survive on almost no water. Number 9. Parsnips. The hidden gem of the winter garden. Parsnips actually get sweeter after the ground freezes. While other crops rot, the parsnip waits patiently under the snow, turning starches into sugars, providing a much-needed energy boost in the dead of February. Number 8. Sunflowers. Beyond their beauty, sunflowers were a critical source of fat. In a time when butter and oil were expensive, sunflower seeds provided the healthy fats and protein needed for brain function and stamina. Number 7. Collard greens. In the hardest-hit rural areas, collards were a staple. They are incredibly hardy, surviving frost and heat alike. They were often boiled with a small piece of fatback to create pot liquor, a nutrient-dense broth that saved many families from malnutrition. Number 6. Kale. Long before it was a superfood, kale was a survival food. It is one of the few plants that can be harvested from under a blanket of snow. It's rugged, pest-resistant, and grows in almost any soil type. Number 5. Sweet potatoes. Unlike regular potatoes, sweet potatoes are packed with beta-carotene and can produce a massive yield in a very small space. In the 1930s, a small patch of sweet potatoes could provide the caloric base for an entire family's diet. Number 4. Rhubarb. Often called the pie plant, rhubarb is a perennial. You plant it once, and it feeds you for 20 years. It's one of the first things to pop up in the spring, providing a tart, refreshing source of nutrients when the winter stores are finally running low. Number 3. Corn, dent corn. We aren't talking about the sweet corn you eat off a cob. This is the hard, flinty corn used for cornmeal, grits, and flour. It was the foundation of the American diet. It could be stored in cribs for years and ground into meal as needed. It was the true gold of the Great Depression. Number 2. Potatoes. The humble potato is perhaps the most efficient calorie producer on the planet. You can grow them in a bucket, a sack, or a trench. They contain almost every nutrient a human needs to survive. During the Depression, many families lived on nothing but potatoes and milk for months at a time. And finally, number 1. The crop that truly saved the nation. Amaranth. Often called the grain of the ancients, amaranth was rediscovered by many during the Dust Bowl. It is a pigweed that produces thousands of tiny, protein-rich seeds and edible leaves. It laughs at the drought. It grows in cracked, dry earth where even corn fails. It is the ultimate insurance policy against a collapsing climate. These 20 crops aren't just plants. They are a blueprint for resilience. We live in a world that feels stable, but history shows us that the thin veneer of the grocery store can vanish in an instant. Our great-grandparents didn't survive by accident. They survived because they were prepared. They knew the soil, and they knew which plants would stand by them when the rest of the world turned its back. Today, we have the chance to reclaim that knowledge. We can plant these survivors in our backyards, not just for the harvest, but for the peace of mind that comes with knowing we can provide for ourselves. The seeds are still here, carrying the DNA of those who made it through the hardest years in history. It's time we put them back in the ground, because the greatest security you can ever own is a garden that knows how to survive. Subscribe now and start your legacy today. Share this wisdom with those you love, and let's grow our way back to independence.